There are lots of reasons to want to work on your trans voice training without letting anyone know. Maybe you're not out as trans to your family or roommates yet and aren't ready to have that conversation. Maybe you're trying out trans voice training as a way to dip your toes into the gender water, but you haven't decided if you're trans or gender nonconforming. Or maybe you just don't want someone in your business. Every one of these is valid. Today, we're going to look at 4 concrete strategies for working on your trans voice training, even if you live with judgmental family members who think that privacy is knocking after they're opening your door. Hi, I'm Renee, and I'm a gender-affirming voice teacher. And the issue of privacy and not having a safe space to practice is one that I've heard again and again from my students. So if this is you, I'm sorry, that sucks. But you're also in the right place. The 4 strategies that we're going to talk about are 1, the quiet parts of voice practice, 2, unconventional practice places, 3, online courses, and 4, my personal favorite, lying. So let's jump into it with the first strategy, the quiet parts of voice practice. I think there's a misconception that all voice work is loud and obnoxious. And while some of my favorite voice exercises are loud and obnoxious, some of the basics are not only quiet, but completely silent. Here are some quiet things you can do. You can stretch your body. Stretching is great for building up your body awareness and for decreasing tension in your body, which will sympathetically decrease tension around your larynx, making subsequent vocal exercises easier. You can also massage your face, shoulders, and neck, another great exercise for reducing tension. Then there are breathing exercises. Exercises like lip trills are nearly silent, but they are great for developing consistent air pressure, which can help with other exercises. And yawning. Yawning seems simple, but not everyone can yawn on command. A yawning stretch relaxes the muscles around your larynx and also helps you to gain control over the height of your larynx, which is crucial for controlling resonance, especially for masculinizing. And if you want these as part of a short daily warm-up program to help anyone with their trans voice practice, I have one linked in the description. Go.
Click it. You won't regret it.
Beyond warming up, you can also work on moving and developing the muscles you might need in trans voice training. For example, you could do larynx pull-ups. Larynx pull-ups are a totally silent exercise for developing the muscles necessary to raise the larynx to brighten your resonance, which is crucial when feminizing your voice. Plus, building up this endurance takes time to do, just like running or squats. Or you could try tube breathing. Tube breathing is great in the other direction, to work on relaxing your larynx down for voice masculinization. And the more you practice these kinds of techniques, the better your muscle memory will be, making it easier to do it on command. Now, you will eventually need to practice these exercises while speaking in order for them to have an impact on your speech. But experimenting with them silently is a great first step. And that's just a start. You can also read about trans voice training so you know about your terms. You could listen to voices and make notes about what you like or don't like to give yourself a goal or inspiration, or get into journaling to tackle the emotional hurdles of trans voice work.
Like seriously, dysphoria sucks, but you're gonna have to acknowledge it in order to improve.
Okay, let's say you want to make some noise, but you can't do so in your home because you share a room or you're afraid someone will hear you. If your home isn't a safe space to practice, there are many ways that you can take your practice outside of your home. Not all of the ideas on this list will apply to everyone, but hopefully one of them will apply to you. Practice in your car. Say you're going out to run some errands, park in the corner of a Walmart parking lot and let her rip.
Fire from heat.
Practice in nature. If you live near a park or somewhere rural, go for a walk, find a secluded spot, and practice for the trees. If you bring a dog for a walk with you, nobody will notice that you're practicing your voice because it will look like you're simply speaking to your dog. Practice on the phone. If you live in a city or a suburb, or it's not safe for you to take a secluded walk in a park, walk in a populated area with an earbud in your ear and your phone in your hand and pretend you're on a phone call. Nobody will think twice about the voice you're using for that call. Practice at a community center, library, or local LGBT organization. Some places in your community may have private rooms that you can sign up to use. If you have a trusted teacher at school, you can ask if there's an empty classroom or office you can use. You can tell your family you're going there to do homework or something, and then use that private space for your voice practice. Maybe you feel like you've done all the exercises you've seen online, you do discreet warm-ups some days, you're ready to try out a more directed approach to trans voice training. But it's a non-starter since you don't have a private and secure space to take private lessons every week or every other week. Well, actually, that's one of the reasons I started making online courses, to give people flexibility that you can't get when you have to line up two people's schedules. I have 3 courses available at the moment: Mindful Voice Feminization, Masculinize Your Voice Without Testosterone, and Mix and Match Designing Your Non-Binary Voice. And what I love about the platform I host my courses on is that there's an app.
There's an app for that.
That allows you to have access to the course material anywhere you go. You could be on the bus and discreetly watching your trans voice lesson, and no one would have any idea. Plus, if you're the type to practice along, but one week your house is only empty on a Tuesday night, and the next week you only have time to do your lesson on a Thursday morning, that's cool too. Students have told me that they listen to their lessons while going on hikes, while washing the dishes, or even while driving. The app allows their trans voice training to be just another part of their day that is private to them, as if it's just another podcast or something equally innocuous. You can find more details on my courses linked in the description below. And now my favorite suggestion of them all. Do you want to make as much noise as you feel like in your home and still have no one know that you're doing trans voice training? Well, you can, through the power of lying.
Well, that's not true.
Right. No, I lied. Everybody lies on the internet.
To your cisgender family members and roommates, a trans voice practice will sound indistinguishable from a number of other voice practices.
It can be hard to remember, but most cis people have no understanding of anything trans. Almost every time I mention HRT around cis straights, they ask what it is, and that is the best known aspect of transition.
So just tell a white lie.
This isn't blind, this is falling with style.
Here are some suggestions of what to tell someone who asks you why you are voice training. You're learning to sing. You're working on public speaking. You're in a play. You're helping a friend with an animation project by voice acting. You're playing D&D and want to voice different characters.
And if you're anxious, just create a backstory for the D&D character because no one will listen to you after you start explaining it.
The sky's the limit. Don't feel bad about these lies if you're doing it to keep your transition private for your health and safety. There is no shame in that, and you have my permission to lie.
You have my permission to lie, bestie.
Now, I won't lie to you. If you want to change your speech, you do eventually have to speak. But trust me, once you start feeling like you have control over your voice, you'll want to find excuses to use it. I hope that these suggestions give you that creative spark to get started on your trans voice training journey while preserving your privacy and prioritizing your safety. Remember, taking a first step is scary, but it will be scary whether you're taking it now or later. You know the YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe, or if you would like to get my videos directly in your inbox every week, sign up for my newsletter at the link below. That's all for today. I've been Renee, and I hope this helps. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't see the next line.
Yeah.
Problems.
All right, let's hit this.
You're like, shut up, Renee, about your, okay, wackier. More energy?
Yeah.
Okay. Or maybe you just don't want someone in your business.
I think we got it.
Is that a wrap?
It's a wrap.
Oh!